Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to All Things Relevant Season 2.
Season 2.
As usual, your host with the most, Sal, and his co-host, Ruben, which is me, in case y'all forgot. I hope y'all didn't. Here we are, Sal, Season 2.
Season 2.
The scenery's a little different, though.
Why is
The
that?
scenery's different. Big things came.
Yeah, that's right.
We went looking and we found it.
Man, and I'm honestly freaking excited about being in this studio right now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where are we at?
We are at Band Barracks. Yeah, I think I said it right.
I hope so.
Jonathan said I got
Okay.
it. So
He's our young Jamie.
our young Jonathan.
There
That's
you go.
right.
Young Jonathan.
he's got it all hooked up, and man, I'm super excited. I'm honestly happy to be here. And apologies to everybody because we've been absent for a couple of months.
I think it's been more than a couple months.
Yeah, that's just how I relate everything when it's like extended for some reason. I always say a couple. I'm like, oh, so 2 months. And I'm like, I don't even know.
I don't know how long. But so it's been 3 years.
Oh, shoot.
Couple of months to me, buddy.
It's a great amount of months.
That's a whole lot of months.
But people, I'm telling you, people don't believe me. I think I said this in an episode a while back. I like keeping track of time and dates, and I'm terrible. I don't know how to do it. I literally have to not too long ago, I was like, oh yeah, I get to sleep in. And then I realized it was Thursday. I was like,
I had that happen to me.
Man, I got to go to work still.
I woke up thinking it was a Friday and it was a Wednesday. So I was pretty peeved about that.
Yeah, definitely gets to you.
It's a fun word to say, peeved.
Peeved.
There we go again. We're going off. We're starting off strong.
So I sent the link to a buddy of mine at work, and I said, check it out, man. Like, subscribe. And then so he checked it out, and I said, hey, man, you never let me know what you think. And then he's like, honestly? I said, oh, boy.
Ooh, no, we don't like the honestly part.
And I said, that's what I need, man. And he's like, it was whack.
Oh.
I was like, what? I was like, well, what didn't you like about it so we can, improve or something? And he's like, you guys were everywhere. And I said, then never mind. Our podcast is not for you. That's just how we roll, dude. We're just everywhere talking about anything and everything.
Real life conversations. You're not gonna stay on one topic.
Exactly. Well, and some people do it. Like we were talking with young Jonathan here. Some people can do like the time frame and talk about certain topics and then cue it and move to another one. But for us, it's just straight through whatever comes into mind, into the head, and that's what we do.
Because we always think about something funny in between.
Yeah. No, we're always laughing about something stupid. So yeah, I guess our viewers deserve an explanation as to why we've been gone for so long. Because I know you told me you had friends and relatives that were like, guys, where are y'all at? How come you haven't done
every
anything?
day?
Yeah,
every day. I said, well, my buddy Sal's going through it, so I'm letting him work through his stuff, and I'm here for him. And I'm always gonna be here for him. He's my pal, my buddy. So,
yeah, and I think it was more me than you.
Oh yeah,
because I think you had some stuff going on too.
There's some stuff going on, but not nearly as severe as you.
So. Yeah. Life hits you. Let's get a drink on this one, man. Jesus,
a drink?
Yeah.
What are we drinking today?
Cheers. We're drinking to this amazing. We're drinking Jim Beam Peach.
Because if it's not noon, we're alcoholics.
Well, sure.
It's okay.
Man, that goes down.
Ooh.
Jim Beam Peach.
Look at that. There we go. Oh, there we go. Hey.
Our young Jonathan really coming in clutch.
Shout out to Jim Beam. They make some smooth stuff.
They do. They do make some smooth stuff. It doesn't go down and like burn. It's yeah.
Oh, there we go again. Sal, explain to us what. Let's put it together, Sal. It's been a long time.
It has.
I'm having fun.
Good. We should be having fun.
This is nice.
If we're not having fun while we're doing this, I don't know why we're doing it.
I don't know either.
At this point, it becomes just like a job. And
who wants that?
No.
You gotta get paid to play.
Exactly. You gotta enjoy what you do too.
Okay,
that's very important.
Okay, go and explain. So we're off again. We just came back, now we're off again.
So let's put it this way: life comes at you, and you just gotta roll with it. Um, and relationships are they're interesting, man. I really took what has happened to me as an opportunity to learn, and it hasn't been easy by any means. Um, and of course, with the explanation of this, I'm not going to go into details. But I will say, um, being in a relationship, in a marriage, and then having that you're uh, experiencing and going through life, and then that person is no longer there. It's a pretty difficult situation.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is 100%.
I didn't. It's man, it's one of those things where like you don't really know until you're there, until you're in that situation, then you can
You only hear about it from other
yeah.
people until it actually does it happens to you.
And yeah, and then when it happens to you, you're like, damn. It's definitely it's definitely an eye opener. Um, but yeah,
Are you okay now? Are you are you what have you learned from this, I guess, is what I'm trying to ask. I mean, are you okay mentally? Are you there?
I'm never okay mentally.
Never.
No,
I shouldn't even ask you that.
no. I always tell people when they ask, "Hey, Sal, are you okay?" Don't ask me that.
Don't ask me that.
And that's always been like that
You
though.
never, you know, ever since I known you.
Yeah, it's just it's just
I'll ask you, how are you doing today, Sal? Well, don't even ask me. I got you.
yeah. I like having fun with the scam callers.
Oh, yeah.
They'll call me and they'll ask me, "How are you?" And I'm like, "I'm doing terrible." Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. God bless. I'm like,
Man, when the scammer's telling you to God bless.
you know what's funny though? They'll say that and then they just go straight into still wanting to scam you. I'm like, guy, are you serious? I just told you I'm not doing good and you're still gonna try to steal my money.
Here we
Okay.
go. We're off again, Sal. Okay,
That's
what's
fine. That's perfectly fine.
repeat of episode 1? We should talk about our past episodes.
We could.
Okay, after this though.
Sure.
After what's going on with you.
I'm never okay. Uh, I'm surely starting to kind of, you know, get my mindset a little bit better for sure, and focusing on what I need to do. Um, but what I've learned from it, what I've learned from my situation, uh, I've learned that I have to know how it is that I want to direct my relationship, how I want to carry it, what to look for in a partner. Um, and it's by no means any, you know, to say anything bad um, about my spouse, because to God's eyes and under the law, I'm still my spouse. So, but it's not to throw any shade at her whatsoever. In a relationship, it's important to understand that there's two people.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of times in relationships, when they, drift off, a lot of people want to always have kind of like they want to pin a particular person, or, oh, it's because of this or this and that, or this person or this person. And just like with anything in life, you have to take responsibility. You have to be accountable for the things that you do, that you say. Um, and so, yeah, it's taught me that, like I was saying, no, I mean, no shade. I had my faults, in our relationship for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie to you. You did.
Oh yeah, 100%. But that's the point, right? Like I have to recognize that.
At least with you though, you know you have your problems.
Yeah.
You know, so you talk. Most people are, well, I don't got nothing wrong with me. I don't have problems.
Yeah.
But you're open about it.
Okay.
I know I'm an asshole sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and it's you know, I will say what I did learn from my relationship, my marriage with my wife is it taught me to kind of soften my heart, because I had a very like my art was just like really like dark.
Stone.
Yeah, it was just stone and uh she really helped me to soften it up and be a little more like have that love towards people and things, and so that's how I want to keep it.
I know it's, I know it's the times I've talked to you or called you about it to check up on you to make sure you're okay because I have to. You're my boy.
Right.
You've been out in public a lot more. You've been out to, some bars or public places, which I
Yeah.
guess, people cope with stuff that happen to you different ways.
Yeah.
They call into a hole or, you just embrace life and you embrace people and just see what's out there.
Yeah. And the times that you've communicated with me and I've been out, it's always been I go out on my own
Yeah.
because that's just how I am, and I'll end up meeting people. And it's something that I've always been pretty good at is just socializing, talking with people. And that's really helped me out. I will tell you another thing that I've learned from this though. Um, it's interesting to be like a particular person, like when you're in a relationship, because like for example with her, man, I was just like this, person that had so much care and I was careful about, things to a degree.
Yeah.
Um, but I guess I kind of filtered myself a little bit,
Hmm.
with her to where I wasn't really like I guess I kind of became a little bit mm, maybe fearful how I responded to people or how I responded in certain situations.
When you were with her or whenever this
In
happened?
general with people.
Oh,
In general with people. Um, but after this, and I've by no means gone through anything that's like the worst of the worst that people could go through.
yeah.
Like I've not so long ago, man, still in 2023. And all this happened in 2023.
Was it 23? It was, huh?
Yeah, last year.
Wow.
So that my personal life and the drifting of my and the falling of my marriage. Um, and then what was it? December was pretty crushing because I lost an uncle, a
Ooh.
very beloved uncle.
Oh, sorry about that. Why didn't you tell me, Sal?
I thought I did.
I you I don't think I would have remembered that.
I know you would have. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah. So then December, and that's probably I don't know. I kind of disengaged a bit as far as like communication with people for December. It was like,
You know what I think about? I think pretty much all of December into January, I didn't think I talked to you at all.
yeah, I think I was like like just going through it.
Which is
Yeah,
understandable
no,
because when someone close to me passed, there are times where I just don't want to have anything to do with anybody.
right.
So I just want to be left alone most of the time. You
Yeah,
know?
and that was me. Like I just like I was really focused on the family. Um, and I'm by no means like I don't want to say I'm not family oriented, but as far as family goes, the ones I'll have the most communication with is of course my parents and my siblings.
Yeah.
And then other than that, I don't really communicate with the family from like
Like your cousins and
yeah, like
aunts and
on
all
my
that.
mother's side, is where I know most of my family, but I don't, I don't really communicate with them. But when I see them, it's all love. Like,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
oh, grandma and a hug and all that. But
I guess in a way I'm the same way. I don't really talk to my aunts or really my cousins all that much, but obviously I'll talk to my parents and my siblings, and really I'll probably talk to my friends more than I do like most of my aunts and my uncles and stuff.
yeah,
So yeah,
well, it's because it's very true when they say that, and we talked about this one time in one of our episodes. It's not just blood related that makes family. Many a times it's outside, friends, people, friends that you meet, friends that you grow with throughout the years, and
yeah.
you've had that friendship for a long time. They kind of become like your family, and that's your circle. Um,
So friends we hope to have on soon.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for that to
Oh man,
happen.
and it's easier now. Now you don't gotta be scared of anyone going to your house.
That's true. Everybody can come here and we'll
Anybody,
sit down and have a little
little some
a
some
little sippy sippy.
sippy,
That was a little sip.
little sip.
But yeah, I had that happen in December. And my uncle had been um suffering, all kinds of, medical uh
What did he passed of? If you don't mind me asking.
um he passed away from there was a lot involved, but pretty much it was a failing liver.
Ooh, as we're drinking
Yeah. Yeah, he was a heavy in his days. He was a heavy drinker for sure.
in his prime.
Yeah, in his prime. Yeah, that dude was he was always drinking. Um, it's one of those that hey, he drank on the evening when he got home from work. He'd probably go to work the next the next day on the on
Still
the
drunk.
on the cruda. But hey man, I mean, but all in all, who doesn't have their things, right? But all in all, he was an amazing dude. He really cared about his family.
Yeah,
He was really big on caring about his family, which man, when he was on his deathbed was one of the toughest situations when he was able to, talk was really tough because it's like I get there, and I'm, he's like, man, every day I see you look more like our side of the family.
yeah.
And, you know,
Was it your dad's brother or?
it was my mom's brother.
Oh, okay.
My mom's brother. And he's like, yeah, keep it up, give a good name to to our family and all this. And then uh, he tells me while he's on his, I mean, cause he knew, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like when I talked to him that time, I could tell already he knew, like, dude, I'm not gonna make it
Mm-hmm.
through this one. Like if this situation had me before and I made it this time, I'm not getting out of it. I'm not.
Yeah.
I could tell that was the energy he was giving me was that. And so this man on his deathbed tells me, you know,
Give me a beer.
bro, that would have been crazy if he was like, dude, just let me have it. Oh man. Um,
As you take a sip.
hmm no, he tells me, you look so much like our side of the family. Do the best you can to live up to, making the family name. Give it an honor and all that. And then the final thing he tells me, this is the last word the last thing he ever said to me. He said, work on everything the best that you can. Everything, your job, anything you do, work at it the best that you can. But overall, he's like, work on your marriage.
Man.
Because he didn't know.
Oh, he didn't know
He
what.
didn't know about
Oh,
my and
okay.
like even now my family doesn't know about like outside of my immediate family. They don't know about my situation.
Oh, like your cousins and
hmm
aunts and all that. They're gonna know now.
Well, they don't watch my
Oh,
podcast.
okay. Well, that sucks. My family does, but
So, uh,
everyone in my tree has been bugging me. When's it coming out? I don't know, man. I'm gonna go talk to Sal first.
yeah, I
We're
know.
working on stuff.
He, well, here we are. Um, so yeah, he says that, and it was like, man, it was a burner for me
Yeah.
because it's like I can't tell this man when he's about to pass it. Oh yeah, look, hey, this is what's going on right now.
Hey,
It's like,
look, you would never guess, huh?
yeah, and so you just leave it at that. It's like, okay, well, yeah, great advice,
Hmm.
and honestly, it was though
Yeah.
the best advice.
Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong. You
Yeah,
know.
he wasn't wrong whatsoever because you know how far from the truth is it? I mean, it like my relationship and my marriage right now are where they are because I didn't work the best at my
Yeah.
marriage. That's the truth. Like I said, I'm one of those kinds of people that I'm very direct about stuff. If I wasn't both,
You're a little too direct.
yeah. Well, interestingly enough, one of the things that it's like a really strange dynamic, but I was like a certain way, right?
Yeah.
At between the ages of 21 and up until when I get married. When I got married is probably some months after that is when I really changed a good deal. as far as my approach on communication and stuff like that.
Oh, I know. I was there.
I was a lot I was a lot easier. Like
Eh,
no. Because like I said, 21 and when I got man, it was terrible. I was brutal.
more than you are now.
So, but what I learned with that, after this whole situation is there is still a form for me to communicate and come across with what I need to say and how I need to say it, being, you know, tactful and respectful about stuff, but still direct.
So essentially, you got to think about what you say.
Yeah, because I wouldn't think before when I was young. It's like whatever, like when I would and I mean, obviously, I think about the words, right? You're processing them, but I don't think, I wouldn't think if it would hurt them
Yeah.
that I shouldn't say it. I would just say it. It's like, oh, it might hurt them, but whatever.
As long as my point's
As
across.
long as my point is across, and it's not like that anymore. It is strange how I had to do away with the person that I was within my marriage, and like build this person that I was before my marriage
Yeah.
with kind of like a rebirth kind of deal. It's like, okay, now you could do this, but let's kind of mix the two, from who you used to be and what you became within your relationship, and that's where I'm at now. And it's something that I saw one time on, what was it? It was
Like,
like a short from like Instagram or something.
okay.
And this gentleman was saying, because you know how like ladies, like women will say, "Oh, revenge is best."
That's a
What
dish best
is
curse so it's cold.
Yeah, is a dish best served cold.
Yeah.
Well, for men, here's the thing for men. It's scary when you have and you know a man who's got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
It's the scariest thing, and it's true.
Yeah.
It's true because there's no anybody telling somebody like that feels like they have nothing to lose something that is not going to play out well. It's scary. So, um, what I'm saying is, for myself, it's when I hear something or somebody tell me something that I'm against, or I don't, agree on, and we can have a conversation about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about it respectfully, tactfully, but
To the
direct
fullest.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
to the fullest about it. So I learned that, after all this. Um,
So you've grown since everything has happened then. Or do
um,
you think you've been the same?
no, I've definitely changed. I'm not the same person that I used to be.
But have you grown?
Yes.
Obviously not physically grown.
Mm,
You're still short.
yes. But I'm much bigger than I look.
You got the heart of a lion, just with the
Yes.
body of
Of
a
De
raccoon.
Leon.
You got the body of a raccoon.
Yeah. So I'm Rocket.
That's true. I could see that. I could see you being Rocket.
But yeah, yeah, what you said is key. Have I grown? Yeah.
Obviously, you've learned from all of this, though. You've pinpoint the issues. You know what you had to work on, and you worked on them at your own pace.
Mhm.
Like I said, there were times where I didn't talk to you for anywhere from 2 weeks to a month, 2 months, and then all of a sudden you'll either call me or I'll call you, make sure that you're okay, and you know. So I mean, the fact that you know that you had to work on stuff and you just worked on them, and now I'm assuming you're a better person after it, or you think so, or no?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm a better person. I've and it's interesting. I've never been the kind of person that younger, yes. Younger me, yeah, like teenager.
Yeah,
The anger, I let anger consume me, and 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 feel hatred for things or even people.
even for a bouquet of roses.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is it the stingers?
Hmm.
Damn.
No, and being, and when you're younger, you don't think about a lot of stuff, and so yeah. Uh, but I don't have hatred in my heart for people. I don't have hatred in, like, I don't. I can never hate anybody.
Yeah,
Um, So even with how things played out with my marriage and the situation, I don't have any hatred towards her, and I wish her no ill will either. It's like I actually when I communicated with her before, I've told her I wish you the best.
Yeah.
I do wish you the best. I hope that things go well for you, and I hope that
I
everything
hope
turns
you
out
you
great.
know, hope you find what you're looking for.
Exactly.
You
And there's
know.
nothing wrong with that. There's
No.
nothing wrong with, hey, I really do hope that you find what you're looking for. And I'm sorry that I couldn't be that person. And it's like a genuine, statement. Like the things I'm saying is genuine because there are people who'd be like, well, I'm sorry I wasn't, you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
no, it's not like that. It's just,
Just have attitude and
yeah.
just very sarcastic
So,
and
yeah, exactly.
you
No,
know.
it's a genuine, like my expression is genuine. I'm sorry that I couldn't be that person. And I do wish you the best
Well,
and
hopefully,
everything.
hope she
Yeah.
finds what she needs and what she's looking for.
Yeah,
You know, so
100%.
yeah, man, all good for her.
Mhm.
She did what she did. You've definitely grown and looked past it. And I know at one point you had said you had tried to save it, I guess, but it just you couldn't. So you just say, you know what, I'm just gonna walk away. Which would probably been was better for you anyway.
Well, yeah, that happened where I was, we both wanted that, right? Like we both wanted to,
At least try.
and
And I remember when you told me that, and I told you, I said, look, try to fix it. I said, at least at that point, when you decide or y'all decide, okay, no, we can't, at least you can tell yourself and whoever that you tried. I at least tried
right,
to fix it. I at least tried to look past what happened, put everything in the rearview mirror, and at least you tried it. And then I think sometime after that is when you said, yeah, I can't do it. I
yeah,
said, well, guess what? Now you get to say you tried. I know. At least, if you didn't try, you would I know you would have been telling yourself, well, what if I would have tried to fix it? What if I would have tried to done this? What if? At least this way, now you know, well, now I know it wouldn't work. At least
yeah.
because I tried to do it. I tried to put it all together and I can't do it. So, and I've tried it.
Well, and the thing about that is, I don't know if to say that we tried, um, because I think we kind of hung around, and we were there, but I think ultimately we knew that energy, that negative energy was there, and I I wouldn't say it was the best thing for me to walk away. I think it was the best thing for us to walk
Yeah.
away.
And
And
honestly, y'all two were just two polar opposites of what, you know.
yeah,
So you're very
yeah.
abrasive and very straightforward.
Hmm.
I never really talked to her, but how she is at times I have seen her, she doesn't seem like she's like that at all.
No, she's not. I mean, um, she was honest with me and she was direct with me about stuff, but that wasn't really where she shined. Um, for her, she was very affectionate.
Hmm.
Yeah, she liked the whole, cuddle
Oh
and
yeah.
that's and because she did that a lot. She showed that a lot. She expected that a lot
Yeah.
too, but it wasn't really. I wasn't really like that. Um, and so, and I could say it's just not who I am, but and it's not. But when you're in a marriage, you have to work at being a certain way that that person wants you to be when it's acceptable,
Hmm.
right? So, is it acceptable to show more affection, and say more loving things? Yeah, that's nothing wrong with it.
No.
I just didn't do it. I guess I stayed in my little way of
You stayed
stern and
in your rock.
yeah, and so and so those are like I said, you have to you have to know and be responsible, and so those are one of the things that I definitely acknowledge I wasn't, and
Yeah.
I could have been more of that for sure. Um, you know, uh, like I said, relationships
They're tough, man.
they're tough, yeah.
They're tough.
So for young people
Young
that
people.
that think, oh man, and I love this guy or I love this girl and I want to be with her and this and that, just know it's not just rainbows and
Butterflies.
butterflies and roses and and all the fields
You're
of, you know,
you're gonna have problems,
yeah.
and it's up to y'all if how y'all want to fix it, how y'all want to go about it. You can't
Mhm.
just kick, scream at each other. You can't just be, oh, f this, I'm out. Just
Yeah.
if you truly love that person, work it out, talk about it, work it out, see what's going on. If not, get advice from someone on the outside. Lord knows how many times you've called me when you were married about stuff.
Well, um, so I was I have this thing at work where, like, I like to walk around the campus.
That's why you never get nothing done.
Uh-huh.
That's why you never get anything done.
Possibly. No, you get tired. You get tired of being like stuck in like a closed up box and stuff. So it's nice to go out, see the trees, get some sunlight, hear the birds chirp,
Okay, I got you.
watch the squirrels gather up their
They're nuts.
nuts, paws, and and bury them and all that. So yes, I've seen some squirrels with some heavy baggage on them.
They're packing, huh?
They're packing, man. But yeah, so I walk around the campus after lunch. After I like eat something, I walk around, kind of clear my mind a little bit, or get a breath of fresh air. We started this group where we'll see who's in and who's gonna want to walk, and I think I can call her my friend. Friend there at work, and you know we went walking about with another group uh that was also willing to walk that day. But we were talking about um not specifics of the situation, but one of the things that she asked me, she's like, "Oh, well, did you try, marriage counseling?" And I said, "I don't believe in that." And
I remember you saying you don't
yeah,
believe in that.
and I've also been expressive of saying that just because I don't believe in it doesn't mean that it's not something that'll work for somebody else, because it might.
Mhm.
And she was very stuck on, like, she was very stuck on telling me, like, "No, it
You
is good, and it
that
works because this and that."
But that goes to what I was telling you though, is like, you can't really talk about people that believe in that because at times, like, that's why I told you I'm kind of like yes and no on the whole deal because it's like I've known people that they do it and it works for them.
Yeah.
It may not work for you, but it works for them. So it's like yes or no on that deal.
Yeah.
So I can understand why she's fighting you on it, but then I also see you where you believe that you doesn't work, but that's what happens. You get two opposites and they just button heads and they just like
Yeah.
two magnets that won't touch.
Oh, and no, she was very strong about it, and, "No, it works." And, what we were talking about earlier, how I've kind of like a rebirth of myself.
Yeah.
And, I can't be moved from what I believe. Like
Oh yeah.
you can't.
I
I'm gonna respect it, what you're telling me, and say, "Sure, yeah," but
I guess.
then I'm coming back with, "No." I mean, if I disagree, right? No.
Yeah.
And I think it kinda shook her a little bit, like, "Man, this guy,
He's just not budging.
he's just not budging." Um,
But you've always been like that though.
yeah,
I
yeah.
believe everybody's like that to an extent, right? Like if you believe in something, you're ready to die on a hill for something, then yeah, you're not gonna. No one's gonna change your mind on anything. You
Well,
know.
but there's people that, yeah, you're not gonna change their mind, but within the conversation, because somebody feels so strongly about it, they they'll say yes, even though they don't believe it.
Yeah.
Like, they'll be like, "Oh,
They're just agreed just to shut them up.
yeah," they don't wanna
That's me.
have an argument or something. "Oh, well, okay,
That's
yeah."
that's me. Just to get someone quiet. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude. I
No.
really don't care.
No, not me. It's like, we're gonna shut up somehow, but it's not gonna be with me telling you, "Yeah, I agree."
It's gonna be with you telling me yeah to
N
agree.
not even. It's just, "You know what? Sure, you believe your thing and I believe mine." But yeah, she was strong about it, and, "Well, look, and it's because this, when you go in for the counseling, like
I
the."
thought you were gonna see me go in for the count. I
No,
thought,
no,
man,
no,
who's
no, we
resting in
go.
here? Who's counting out? I was like, who's down for the count?
When you it's like she's like, "When you go in for the counseling, like, the therapist is not telling you what to do, and they're just like the median for, like,
You should have had me be. You
talking."
should have had me be your counselor. That's all they do. They just listen. I would have sat on your couch with my glasses and a notepad. And
S So, yeah, that's what And that's one of the things that I went in on when I explained it to her, and I said, "Look, this is why I don't believe in the counseling." She's like, "Okay, let me hear you out." I said, "I get it. You're telling me that the therapist is not going to tell me what to do.
Hmm.
Fair, because she shouldn't.
No,
She's not in
she
my
has to be.
marriage,
She has to be biased.
right? Like, yeah, and that's what she explained too, right? Like, no, she explained like, no, it's not. She's not going to pick sides, and I'm like,
See, that's what they always say.
well, I don't know that. And the thing is, nobody knows what happens in your life behind closed doors.
Oh yeah,
Like, you have to show a certain something outside of, your home, but, in the intimacy of your home, how is your relationship? How is your interaction with the person that you live with? Um, and so I said that person doesn't know what goes on. Like, we could talk about something here and make it seem a certain way, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's how it is. Uh, you know,
yeah,
the, I could be truthfully and honest about stuff, and my spouse might not be telling you how it is. I'm, I mean, sure, pick, I guess, but the therapist doesn't know. And I
yeah,
said, here's the other thing. I said, look, we're supposed to be adults in a relationship. We're supposed to be adults.
yeah.
You can't act like kids in a relationship.
No,
It's not gonna work. And it can't be one person's acting like an adult and the other person's acting like a kid, because it's not gonna work. So if you have two,
so my before you, my thing is, so here's my thing on that. So he said you both can't be kids. I guess you can to an extent to have fun, but when it's time to be an adult, be an adult. You know what I mean? It's okay for you to joke around with each other and have fun with each other. Pick on each other, but when it's time to make an adult decision, be adults about it.
right,
When it comes time to, okay, it's time to talk about this as adults. Let's be adults about it.
right,
Don't sit there and one, like you said, one be the kid and be stubborn or be, I guess, yeah, I guess stubborn, and the other one be, cool headed and be an adult, and then it's just not gonna work. When it's time to be an adult, be an adult.
right,
You know?
right. I agree. I agree. Um, and so what I told her was, when you're two adults, first of all, in general,
Yeah.
this applies to everything. As adults, we should be able to communicate well.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's the sad story of the world is it doesn't happen because everybody wants to have their way,
Mm-hmm.
right? There's that you can't agree to disagree deal. And we talked about that before. But in general, as adults, we should be able to talk and say, look, this, that, and the third, and, you know, give each other's points of views and move on with things. And so if you have that in general and specifically in a relationship and a marriage like we're talking about, then what do I need another person for? If we're two adults that can sit down and communicate and talk about things and work on each other, as far as like, oh, okay, well, I have this to work on, and then the other person, I have this to work on, it's going to work out,
Yeah.
right? I shouldn't need a third person to be there to be like, yeah, and so, talk to each other. Yeah, no shit. That's
So,
kind of the point.
so I could observe.
It's like, so I just paid you $100 an hour to tell me to talk to each other. Like, I think I understood that when I freaking got married, which is the other point that, I told her. I said, look, when I was, when I was getting married and I was in that uh venue, church, or whatever, wherever you're getting married, right?
Yeah.
Wherever you're getting married, and you're standing up there in front of witnesses, because that's what they are,
Oh
right?
yeah.
It's friends or family, but
Family.
they're witnessing.
Yeah, because they gotta for some reason gotta see if you get married.
Yeah, no, they're witnessing the unity or unification
Of
of
love,
love, and these two people coming together
affection,
as one flesh,
one person,
one person.
like a clay,
Exactly.
molding together.
There you
You
go.
can shape anything you
It's
want.
beautiful.
It is beautiful. Yeah, clay can be beautiful. You go be like in that one movie with what's his name? The dude was a ghost and
Yeah.
that guy.
Um
Oh, sit.
Yeah, so that's what those people are. They're witnesses to that union you're creating.
Yeah.
And then, well, this is where it kind of differs, just depends, right? Because there are people that believe in a higher being and there are people that don't. Me myself, I've explained it to you. I do believe in a higher being.
You have.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And so
And if you didn't, I didn't care. So
it's fine.
if that's on you, not me.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I
Um
believe in what I believe in. So
um for myself,
yeah.
okay, so I believe in a higher being. So I was present, witnesses, and then the higher being was also there.
Was the higher being Keanu Reeves?
No, I
Damn.
don't think that's his name.
Damn it. Should be.
So also witnessing this, right?
Yeah.
The only ones that really matter in a relationship is the two people that were coming together and the higher power that was observing this.
Okay.
So if I'm going to entrust another being coming into my relationship to advise me on stuff to work on, it's not going to be another imperfect person who might have already gone through 5 marriages. Apparently, you're not doing it right. And you shouldn't be telling me how to do it when you've failed multiple times.
Why is a therapist gonna go through 5 marriages, Sal?
That's for the therapist to know.
What if the what if the therapist had one solid marriage for 50 years? Then what?
I still wouldn't listen
I got you.
because my marriage
Tell me.
is not the same as their marriage.
Never.
Because
Your marriage was not the same as most people.
my wife is not the same as that person's wife or vice versa, whatever.
Okay. Yeah.
So no, it's not gonna work.
Okay, I
It's not.
got you.
Yeah. But have you seen those posts of stuff where it's like women will say, "You want to know how to keep a man?
Oh
This
yeah.
is all you got to do." And then they'll say all kinds of stuff, right?
Make
Just,
food.
oh, cook him food, let him watch his
Like
sports with a beer and leave, or suck his dick every day, and
whoa.
right?
Whoa.
And it's like,
Left field
well,
or south field.
it's like, yeah, I mean, that's great. It might work for your husband,
It don't work for me.
but that might not work for me.
Just leave me alone.
Yeah, I have different requirements than
What are your
you do.
requirements? I don't want to know.
I'm
But
not gonna.
now I
I'm
got
not
it.
gonna share 'em.
Okay,
I
don't share it.
don't.
Don't share it because everyone's just gonna get mad. Don't do that. I think you told me once, and I was like, "That's no wonder why you were going through what you're going through."
Yeah. No. So. So yeah, that's why I'm not gonna listen, even if this therapist is, "Hi, hey, I've been married 50 years, with one person, and it's worked out." Well, good for you.
I'm happy for you.
I'm happy for you.
Genuinely,
Genuinely happy for you.
that's
But
amazing. I wish I could have that one day.
yeah, but it's like it's not. I'm not gonna. Whatever. And so yeah, what I'm getting to is I'm not going. I shouldn't need to pay somebody to be the median of, okay, now you can talk to each other.
You don't gotta pay me, Sal. Just give me a bottle of Jim Beam, and that's all I ask for.
Just observing, I see where this is all.
Sal, Sal.
I see where
I
everything's
came
going
in
wrong
hopeful
here.
that it wasn't you, but wow, it's you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but yeah, it happens. It's not ultimately what anybody wants,
Yeah.
or you don't. I mean, nobody gets into a relationship and or goes into marriage saying, "Well, let's see how I can fuck this up."
Let's see how far this goes, huh?
Exactly. It happens.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
happens.
What?
So yeah, that's been my thing. 2023.
The ass end of 2023. Or was it the full 2023?
No, it was mid-year to the ass end of
So mid
2023.
to ass.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like
Stomach to the
like
ass.
2023 was
Like the
like,
beginning of your abs to the ass.
yeah, so like
Okay.
like
I
the
got
mid
you.
so mid 2023 was like the digestive process,
Okay, I got you.
and then the end of 2023 was, the shit show.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I got you.
So
I got you.
no, yeah, it's It was it was quite a year. And
Sounds like it was quite a year.
yeah,
Could you believe it? I think the whole 2023, I probably only talked to you about a couple times. Leading up until this, like up until like a couple months ago is the most I've talked to you.
yeah, that's when we've been communicating the most because we were trying to get this going.
I
And
think we were off for a full year. I think.
uh, we were off for a full year.
I think so.
I don't recall. No. We did something.
We did?
Mhm.
I don't remember.
Yeah, we did something.
Was it one? Maybe.
It might have been one or two,
Okay.
and then that's when it. Yeah,
Oh yeah, I think you're right.
that's when it got cut off sometime after.
That's when you were
Yeah,
going through it.
that's when I was going through it.
And now you're living your best life.
I wouldn't say that.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I would.
That's just a generic thing I say.
I wouldn't say that.
But
But
you're getting better.
I'm getting better.
Okay. Okay, I
I'm
got you.
still, and I'm still kind of reconstructing myself.
Hey man, I got to.
Yeah.
Make sure you use don't use Elmer's glue. Use
No,
Gorilla Glue.
definitely.
Nails.
And cement, all that good stuff.
Gotta keep yourself together.
Yeah.
Elmer's glue just gonna fall apart. Don't do that.
No, so I'm still, working on myself and trying to improve. Um, there's still stumbles from
Oh yeah.
time to time
You're
on
gonna
certain
have stumbles
things.
in life, no matter what.
Yeah,
Even
but
if you think you're going great, oh man, I'm good, I'm better, I'm living my life. You're gonna have stumbles. You're
yeah,
gonna be walking and oh trip, boom, you know.
exactly.
You go, doot, 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 boom.
Yeah,
So
but
you're gonna have those tiny bit of struggles,
yeah,
you know.
but I'm doing a little better for
Okay,
sure.
I got you.
I do feel like I'm doing better.
Okay, that's I had to check on you, man. I had to check on you throughout the whole time. I had to make sure you're okay.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I
Yeah.
definitely appreciate that. I got some um strong words, caring words from a friend, not too well, family friend.
I thought you were talking about me. Okay.
No, you've done it too,
Okay.
but I'm saying in particular yesterday.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I didn't tell you
Yeah,
that
I was
yesterday.
told you're a great person and we value you. So keep your head strong.
Yeah, man, you gotta keep it strong. You are. You're one of my closest friends I have. I know I can call you on a whim, and you'll
Oh yeah.
answer, and we'll be talking about nothing for an hour,
Yeah.
and be okay. Then the same goes for you to me. You've texted me 10:30 at night. Hey, you awake? I'll be just falling asleep. Oh yeah, what's up, man? What's going on? So
And if I don't hear from you at 10:30, I don't, I don't take it any kind of way. I know people have their lives to live. And that's one of the things that I've kind of been able to kind of look at a little better too. Um, you know, we get so caught up in our daily living. Sometimes we keep ourselves within a certain bubble,
yeah,
and then we don't ever reach out to different sources to kind of see how they're doing or what's going on in their life. And I think that I think where I'm at now has kind of helped me where I can reach out to people more easily and just see how they're doing.
yeah,
I'm not the kind of person that, and if I ever do feel like I'm going to contact this person cuz I need some, I don't even want to do it cuz I don't like being the kind of person that reaches out to you because I need something.
yeah,
I'd like to better be the person that constantly or at least at some given point you hear from me to say hi and see how you're doing so that when I do need something, it's like, well, it's cool cuz he's always kind of seen how I've been. But I had it happen years back when I worked with somebody. It was the first job that I had out of high school. I was working at a warehouse, TJ Maxx warehouse. I don't even think TJ Maxx exists anymore, but it is a TJ Maxx warehouse.
yeah. TJ Maxx still exists, Al.
Does it?
Yes, there's one by my house.
I guess
It's
I
pretty
don't
fun.
shop there anymore.
It's fun in there. You should try it.
I need to go to a TJ Maxx.
Lots of candles. So
Well,
all my candle needs are in there.
I'm not a candle person.
That's weird. You should be.
It's not. I think it's weird for you to be a candle person.
Why?
I don't know. It's weird for guys to be into candles.
It's not.
I mean, look, I'm not judging. To
That
each their
sounds like you're
own.
pretty judging.
No, I mean, to each their own. I'm not a candle
Hey,
person.
candles are fun, man. They smell
Well, they smell
nice.
nice for
They
sure.
smell nice, you know, make
I
your
just
room smell
don't
good.
go out of my way to be like, I need to go get me some candles. Yeah,
I
me
mean,
me
if
person
I'm in the area, I
me
would.
personally, me
I'm not,
personally.
if I'm in the store, I'm like, let me
But
go
I
look at the
bet your
candles.
room smells amazing.
Yeah,
That's great.
sometimes.
That's great.
Sometimes I hold the sometimes I just hold on to the candles. I use them for a rainy day.
It's like walking down the stair with
I store them in my room. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot I had this candle.
somebody turns on a light. You could use a light, Ruben. Yeah,
Yeah,
the light doesn't smell good though.
the light don't smell good. I come in handy when the power goes out though.
Oh, for sure.
Candles are there for you.
For sure.
We're off again. What
Yeah.
are you talking about?
I used the first job I was at a
Okay,
TJ Maxx warehouse, and there was a person there that I thought we became really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And we would talk to each other at work a lot, but it's like outside of work, not really, or at least not him. Like I would reach out, hey bro, how's it going, Papa? And I'd hear from him, but
Yeah.
from him himself, I'd never hear. Not a lot. And then I stopped working there. I was working there for a year, and then I stopped working there. I got my other job, and then
Was that when you became a dental
yeah,
assistant?
dental assistant. And I didn't really hear from him for a long time.
Yeah, because y'all weren't friends.
Yeah, for like months. I won't say a couple months because I don't, a couple months.
Might as well just keep it going.
Yeah, I didn't hear from him for a couple months, and then when I finally do hear from this guy, it's like, "Hey, how are you?" Right? And I'm
You
like,
need something.
"Yeah." I was like, I'm doing good, man. How about you?" And I'm doing good. Hey, listen, could you dot dot dot? And it's like,
Hey, no,
yeah.
no.
I told him that. I said no, and then I let him know why.
It's like I don't talk to you for my version of a couple months, which probably could have been a couple years. I don't know.
Yeah. And I told him why. I said, "Hey man, I don't hear from you for a while, and then the first time you reach out to me, you need something that's not really a
So you know what I need you to do? Leave me alone.
be gone."
Be gone.
And then he's like, "Oh man, no, we gotta hang out, blah blah blah."
No, you want to hang out because you're trying to use me.
Yeah,
He's
I
a
was like,
scammer.
"Go
That's what it
away."
is.
I don't. Yeah, that guy ended up getting married and creating other creatures of himself. Unfortunately,
He wanted you to be his best man.
no.
Okay, that's what he wanted.
But no, all in all, like I said, no hatred for people. I do have hatred for people's actions,
Oh
the
yeah.
things that they do,
Oh yeah.
but who hasn't done stuff that, is not appropriate or not good?
Oh yeah.
Everybody's done something that's, but so yeah. And so I do hate that. I don't like to be the kind of person that I'm gonna reach out to you when I need something. I prefer to be
No.
the person that reaches out just to see how you're doing.
Yeah.
And I've gotten that sometimes where, oh, but did you need something? No, man. I'm just seeing how you're doing, man. That's it. Oh,
I'm gonna do
well,
that to you.
that's cool.
Yo, what's up, buddy? I need something, Sal.
Don't do that, please. I'm gonna be like, podcast is canceled. We're not doing this anymore.
Can't do that, Sal. You can't do that. Tell me off, buddy. Tell me a little bit more.
I'm probably gonna pour my tea in there now.
Me too. Me too. Yeah, there you go.
I
There
don't
we
want
go.
this to get to me on a
Let's see. Let's try it with this.
I
Wait, were you done talking about your life? About how it's going?
don't want
I'm not trying to rush you or nothing.
No, it's just I'm thinking, what time is it? And I'm
We're
drinking.
like 54 minutes. Okay.
Right, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yes.
Jonathan said it. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
See, this is what I told you.
Where is it 5 o'clock right now,
No idea.
Jonathan? You happen to know where? That's our young Jonathan right there.
Young Jonathan.
Young Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say again how much I love being here? I love
I'm having a time of my life
I
right now.
love the energy here. I love the setup. Man, this could not be more ideal.
This is
You know what? So I have my aunt in town from my. I say that questioning it because it's from my father's side, and I don't know. I don't know really much of his family, if any.
oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Where's it 5 o'clock at, Jonathan?
Hey, Portugal.
Portugal! Cheers to Portugal.
Hey, Portugal.
They're drinking it up and wow.
Oh, get you some of this, buddy. Oh, you already got your tea in there. Way to go, Sal.
Let me drink this one first.
Thought you
I'm
were
gonna-
gonna take some of mine.
No.
Oh,
Oh, see, now we're all mixed up.
okay. Now we're confused.
Uh, so I have an aunt in town from my father's side, and where was I going with this?
Something about 5 o'clock, I think. No.
No,
Oh,
I forgot where I was going with this conversation
that happens.
as to why I was talking about these people.
No idea.
Oh,
Oh.
when I was saying I don't have hatred in my heart for people.
Was that what you're talking about? I have no idea.
That is what I was talking about.
Okay, I got you. Okay, I'm gonna believe you.
So yeah, she's in town, and this is somebody that my father has been pretty close with throughout his life. Because he unfortunately his parents had him at a very young age.
Oh, I think we're talking about friends.
Were we talking about friends?
No, that don't sound right. Young Jonathan, what were we talking about?
We gotta ask young Jonathan. Jonathan's like, if you guys don't know, I don't know.
If y'all don't know, how can I? I don't know what's going on. Oh, okay, you were right.
Uh-huh. So I would.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think that about sums it up.
Okay, so you were right then. You were right about the hatred thing.
Yeah.
I thought you were wrong. Okay.
Yeah, and so and speaking about, like reaching out when you need something, so
That's rare. That's rare.
yeah.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
so his parents had him at a young age, and they were like, well, we're not ready for a kid and all this, and so he got kind of stuck in a situation where he was kind of jumping from family household to family household, never grew up with his parents.
Your
And
dad?
yeah, he
Okay.
didn't grow up with his
Okay, I
parents. He
got
grew
you.
up with like aunts and uncles,
Okay.
cousins and stuff like
Moved
that.
around a lot.
Yeah,
Okay, I got you.
grandparents. But so what ended up happening, uh, you know, uh, to this day, his mother will only reach out to him when she needs something.
Oh, okay. So he never really talked to them, never lived with didn't want
No.
nothing to do with them, but she'll reach out when she needs
Yeah,
something.
until like 3 to 4 years ago, he did finally uh start a connection with his father
Mhm.
that actually turned out healthy,
Okay.
because his father actually does call him to talk to him,
Okay.
and it's almost like on a daily,
Yeah,
which I wouldn't do. But
because you're an asshole.
no, just because I don't need to talk to you that much.
So you're telling me I can't call you every day?
Don't do that.
I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna eventually stop talking to you for a couple of days.
No.
I'm not answering.
Even if you don't answer, I'm still gonna call you.
You're free to do whatever you want, sir.
Voicemails. Sal, answer me.
And I'm just gonna be
I'm
like,
not
oh
gonna
my
do that, Sal.
god. Like, honestly, I only talk to. So, anyways, hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Finish up what you're saying.
So, I don't know my grandfather from my dad's side.
Oh, you never met him?
No, I've never met him.
Okay.
I've talked to him a couple times on the phone. And he's a pretty cool gentleman as far
Mhm.
as us having conversations. My I always say my dad's mom. I don't consider her a grandma
Understandable.
by any means.
That's,
But
I mean, especially if she put your dad through all that and only you never really met him. I mean, I could get it, you know.
Well, it's not only that. Like with his dad,
Have you met your grandma?
no.
None of
I
them.
mean, like
You've heard of
when
her.
I was a baby,
Oh,
but I
like
don't.
memories. Like
Yeah,
as
I
your
don't.
memory, you don't.
I don't. Yeah, I don't
Oh,
remember
okay.
that time because I got here to United States when I was 4 years old.
Oh, that's right. You're
I'm
not from
pretty
here.
much from here to an extent,
I gotta
because
make a phone call real quick
you got to make a phone call.
because you're not from here. I gotta make a phone call.
Yeah, go ahead. Let them know I'm here. I'm not going down easily. That's
No, you're not. All jokes, people. All jokes aside. All
It's
jokes.
jokes. It's jokes,
I'm
people.
not gonna call those people on
Yeah.
him. He's my buddy. I can't do that to him. Without him, there is no all things relevant. I guess there is. I can just find someone else. But either way,
Jesus. um. So I I I don't remember them. I mean, him. I don't know if I. I only know that I did know my grandmother, or like I met her, whatever. Because my mom
yeah.
does have a hatred towards this woman.
Oh,
It's
oh, understandable.
it's not immense, but and it's not even because of the situation with my dad. Like that's kind of like
Yeah.
aside, right? Like your life with your parents is your life with your parents.
Is it just because she only calls when she needs something?
Well, that, but it's before that. So apparently, one time, my mother left us with her, and she was supposed to take care of us. She was babysitting us,
Ooh, I need to see where this is going.
and this lady, I don't know what was so important that she had the jet and left us at at her house by ourselves.
Exactly where I thought it was going.
Like for like I think it was for like 4 hours. Now we weren't alone for 4 hours, but had so my one of my uncles for some reason, may he rest in peace. He died at the age of 23, cancer.
Oh, damn. Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
really young.
Did
Uh,
you know him?
I did, but I didn't
Okay, got you.
because I
Too
was,
young.
yeah, I was too
Okay, I
young.
got you.
Um, and so he for some reason had shown up
Mm-hmm.
and
Was like, what the hell y'all doing?
yeah, and notices like,
Why y'all having a
well,
baby party in
where's
here?
this lady? Like,
Why
why?
wasn't I invited?
Yeah, and that's how my mother found out about it because he got there at a certain point and he stayed to
And
take
thank
care
God,
of us.
thank God he did, huh?
Exactly, and stayed to take care of us because she was gone for 4 hours.
I just don't. I just like whole thing is I don't understand how there are people like that in the world. You know, it's like you have a responsibility to take care, even if it's especially your grandchild. You know,
Yeah.
it's how can you be like that towards that? You know, how can you just whatever? You know,
It's like, nah, that'd be all right.
it's like you go do baby things.
Yeah. So gone for 4 hours, and my mom has very much so religiously held on to that mistake that she made. And, fair enough. Um, so this lady literally would call me when she needed something, and it was really I mean, stupid because she would call and talk to my dad and, hey, how's the family,
Yeah,
and say hi to the family, all that, right? Which is great, it's fine, but it's a problem to me when you call and you tell him, hey, how's the family, say hi to the family, and I would wish to talk to them someday or whatever. But when you call and I answer the phone, you don't even acknowledge me. Like you don't say, especially in the Hispanic community, it's very common. Hola, mijo, ¿cómo estás?
mm-hmm.
No, it was just like, hello. And I'd be like, hello. And I don't know why. For some reason, this woman is stuck on hello. Like, it's like she had a glitch. Hello. And I'd be like, hello, hello, hello. Oh, hello. We've done this. Okay. This is ridiculous. Who do you need to talk to? Oh, is your dad there? Yeah, he's here. Oh, let me talk to him. Okay. And that happened a couple of times. So it's like, yeah, no, I don't call her my grandmother.
Okay, I got you.
It's like we don't. Yeah. So, but so like his dad, I'll call him grandfather because I'll call him my grandpa because when he's called and he's like, oh, is that they call me the Salvadorians, for somebody who's named Salvador, they call him Chamba
Mm-hmm.
or Chambita, which in the Mexican, Chamba is a job.
Yeah.
But so he said, oh, is that Chambita? And my dad will say, yeah, that's him. Oh, let me talk to him. Let me say hi, and he'll talk with me.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing important, but
Yeah, just to
but
see how you're doing.
he acknowledges, okay, my grandson, I want to talk to him, as opposed to this other lady. And what I was saying is like, I don't hate her, but she's also irrelevant, if that makes any sense. So and
I got you.
my dad, he won't like it when he's like, oh, and because he'll still, you know, My dad is the only person that I will talk to, or like not necessarily talk, but I'll message him every day
Yeah.
because of his upbringing. He thought to himself, I don't want to be that parent. I want to
Yeah.
be the parent that sticks around for my kids and, teaches them and, is there for them.
As he
And
should be,
yeah,
you
and
know?
so for some reason my dad, it, I guess that it's weird. People can choose either way when things like that happen. Some people that happens to them and they go like a route where they're like cold and they don't really
Oh, yeah.
socialize and stuff like that. Or they go the opposite where they show that more because they didn't have that. They didn't receive that. And so that's the route my dad went,
Mhm.
where he's just such an emotional creature. It's scary. Like I'm like, guy, let's tone it down.
Just bring it.
Like we're both dudes.
It's
This is
okay.
weird.
Hey, dudes can be emotional.
Sure.
See, there we go again.
It's not
You see men as one
common.
way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. We're not, and we're not emotional creatures.
I mean, but
That's not to say that we don't have feelings. We
the
do.
men of today are emotional creatures.
Yeah, I guess.
The young, like after our generation, are emotional creatures.
Oh yeah, they are.
Those are,
Those are.
yeah.
Um,
Us, no.
us no. We were brought up differently.
Oh
And
yeah. That's why I really value and I'm really grateful the way my dad brought me and my brother up
mm,
because it taught us that life is not easy and it never will be easy. Don't ever expect handouts and work for what you got, or when what you, I guess for me, that's why I never like free things, I guess. Like I never like anyone to hand me just something free.
I love free things.
I don't like you.
But I will definitely take it more from no, I'll take it from whoever. I don't care. I love free things.
I guess my thing is if I can't afford to do it, then I'm just not going to do it. Why
Mhm.
stress myself and why feel like to me, it's like, I guess for me, like I have to do everything like alone pretty much. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying?
Are
Like,
you kicking me off our podcast?
no, this definitely requires a two-person thing. But I'm just saying, like, if I need help, like if we're moving something, like I feel like I gotta do it by myself. If I gotta do something, anything physical, I gotta do it by myself. Like
Yeah.
I really ask for help for anything.
Mhm.
That's just how I am. You know,
That's cool.
so
I respect that. I do respect that.
yeah,
It sounds like a great upbringing. Work for your stuff, work hard.
because I feel like if I ask for help, then I didn't truly do it myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there's things that there's nothing wrong with, having another person help you and stuff like that. And there are things that yes, you should do alone by yourself because
Like sex.
then it works for some people.
We're off again, Sal. One word, and that's what it all cost.
So yeah, so that was why I was out. I don't think I ever asked you what it was that was going
But
on.
you're never gonna know.
No,
So
there was a time where you were down in the
a little bit.
dumps a little bit.
Just not as, I mean, not as severe as you, but a little bit. But
Right.
it's okay now.
But you're good.
Yeah,
That's that's perfectly fine.
yeah. I got a
Something
nephew now. That's a
I
good thing.
remember that.
That's a good thing that came out. The most handsomest little boy you would ever meet.
Sure.
He's just, Sal. Don't start your bullshit, Sal.
Ruben, you know how I feel about kids. They're not
That's
interesting
fine,
to
but don't do
me.
that about.
Hey, I'm sure he is.
He really is. He's fun. He's a funny little thing.
That's great.
He's a funny little creature. He's peculiar. Babies are peculiar. You know that?
That's not to say I've never met uh I guess an interesting child. They're just not.
You just don't like kids. I know.
No, it's not that. It's not even that. It's not that I don't like kids. Um because you know, they are the future. Um I just don't have.
Depends on how you're brought up, though.
Yeah, for sure. For sure it depends. Um but that's why I think it's very important for people to really think those things out. I know it's tough, you're in the heat of the moment and you just want to get to it and it's fun. But you really got to think about what comes out of that.
Yeah.
Double entendre. Um,
What?
mm, but I don't have the desire to dedicate the time, energy, and resources for that. I it's not my thing.
At least you're open about it.
Yeah.
At least you acknowledge that though, you know?
No, and there's people that, they're like, "Well, it's selfish." And I say, "Yes, and that's why I can't and I'm not having one because I'm selfish still." So, what good does it do the child for me to bring it into the world when I'm selfish? That's totally wrong. And
Yeah.
people keep going with their
At least like for you, you at least cut it off at the head, you know? It's like he's like
yeah.
he's just like, no.
Yeah, no. No, I'm not. I was having the conversation about that with a gentleman not too long ago, and he was telling me, "Hey, so no kids, huh?" I'm like, "No. You don't want any? No." He's like, "Why?" And then I tell him that, right? I'm like, "Well, it's responsibility." I kind of left it with that, like it's a big responsibility.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, they are. And he leaves, but then he comes back. It's like he didn't accept it. He's like, no, because he's an older gentleman,
Yeah.
has had his kids and all that. He's like, but wait a minute, like you seriously don't want any kids? No. Oh, but they're a blessing and they're a gift, and you get older, they'll take care of you. It's like a little version of you,
We don't need
and
another version of you though.
no, um, and he's just given in.
Just
He's
hell bent.
just hell bent on like, yo, kids, they're amazing. You got to have one. You need to have one. Like he's needing me to have a kid.
You only to have a
Yeah,
kid.
as I'm like,
You should tell him go have another kid then.
this guy, man, and I was like, I got something for him. And so I was like, okay, so you really think I should have a kid, even though I don't want to have a kid? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So I told you earlier, kids are they're a big responsibility, right?
Oh yeah.
He's like, yeah, okay. So here's another thing. Here's what kids require. They require a lot of time. They require um energy because they're very energetic. They're
Yeah.
like freaking the Energizer Bunny.
Hmm.
Like they'll be running around like crazy and they'll knock out for like an hour or two and then they're back up and they're doing it again. I don't function that way. When I'm tired, I'm tired. I'm done. But anyway, so I was like, they require time, they require energy, and they require money. They require a lot of that. That's just how it goes. He's like, yeah, yeah, no, yeah. Okay. So the day I have a kid, I need you to come do my job so that I can give that kid time. I need you to somehow provide the energy for me so that I can deal with this kid. And I need you to give me the money so I can deal with that kid. Oh, no, no, I can't do that. Exactly. If you're not going to be doing those things for me, then you shouldn't be telling me I need to have a kid. That's up to me. Oh, I see. And this is an older dude. And but I said all of that respectfully. It wasn't
Yeah.
like, shut up, dude. Like it was I gave the points and he's like, well, okay, you're right. I see where you're coming from. And I'm like, there's things in life that are optional. I've never said kids aren't or babies or whatever. They're not. I've never said they're not a gift. I never said that they're not wonderful.
You just don't
To
want
the
none.
person that has one and wants one, yes, they're wonderful. To the person that doesn't want one, no, they're not.
They're just playthings. They're just there.
And I look, I have, my nephew. He's like my little brother. He's like a little brother to me, the little brother I never had. And then I have my nieces, and they're great for a short period of time.
Yeah.
And so I acknowledge that yeah, kids can be great, but it's just not my thing. And so when anybody brings up a conversation to me about kids, I'm just like totally disinterested. And it's not because that kid's not great. It's just I'm not interested. And it's weird though because I'll meet kids and I'll get along with them.
Yeah.
And
That's usually how it is though. Like guys that get along with kids so well are the ones that don't want any.
Like, my buddy Chad, you remember Chad?
Oh yeah.
He has his two little daughters, and he'll talk about them, and I'm disinterested. But when I met them, I was talking to them, respectfully. I probably said a couple of wild things here and there, but nothing that they've never heard. I think because Chad's kind of out there too.
Yeah.
Um, but so this like the first time I went, and then I went no, that was the second time, and then I went the third time. I went to chill with him. We were grilling and all that good stuff. And now they call me their friend.
Mm,
The little girls are like, "Oh,
yeah.
my friend," and I'm like, "I didn't do anything special."
Because you have a child mentality.
Well, yeah, because I do know how to treat kids, and
Yeah.
talk to them. They
It's not
just
like you're abusing them.
yeah, no, I don't, and I don't believe in that. I think that's terrible. I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
I've and I've so where kids do have it sounds kind of weird to say this, but where kids do have my heart is that they're beings that need protection,
Yeah.
right? Like when you have a kid, your baby depends on you, especially as a man. You're to protect them, and that they look at you that way. They're like, This guy, he's not gonna let anything happen to me." So it breaks my heart, genuinely, honestly, it breaks my heart when it's like the people that are supposed to be the protectors for them are the ones that are hurting them.
Yeah.
Um, so no, I don't. Uh, yeah, it's one of the things that I absolutely hate. If I've ever seen something where at one time at a store, I saw. Uh, so it was the siblings. It wasn't the parents,
Hmm.
but it was the man. The kid was probably like 14 years old,
Yeah.
and then his brother was probably about 7 or 8, and then the little one's like this skinny little dude, and so they're playing around, which is fine. You play around as siblings or whatever. But then the 14-year-old took it too far.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the little kid tried to the little one tried to swing at him. He grabbed his arm and he's bending it back.
Yeah.
And then he bent it so far over. Mind you, I'm at a Marshalls or what is this? Uh
JC Penny.
no, Burlington.
Oh yeah.
Burlington. Shout out Burlington. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm at one of those stores. The parents are not too far away. But it's like they're not even paying attention. And, it's both the mom and the dad are there. You would think, okay, well, mom's shopping. She's looking for a dress or something sexy to put on for me tonight. I don't know. Make another one of these. Anyways. uh, um, so you would think okay, hey, dad, let mom do the shopping and make sure the kids are acting right.
Yeah.
Make sure they're safe, first of all. That's what happens with a lot of these kids when things happen. Is like, oh my god, and but where were the parents? They weren't
Nowhere to be found.
nowhere to be found. They weren't paying attention to them, right? So first, make sure they're safe. Make sure they're good. Pay attention to how they're behaving, because I've seen so many kids at the store act a rook. Man, oh my god, I feel like slapping them into tomorrow. But
Sometimes they need that.
well, no, just one thing that I was very big on with my little brother, I'll say it. My little brother is. I never resorted to going and spanking him all like I never
Mm,
did that.
yeah.
And this is true. When he sees this, he'll tell you I never spanked him in my life, even though I had the right to.
Yeah.
What I always did, and this is why he knows he can talk to me and come to me with anything. I always talked to him. Sometimes maybe a little bit direct and harsh for his age, but I always talked to him.
Yeah.
Hey, don't go doing that, and why you're not going to do that. Not just, oh, because I said so. That doesn't work. And now that he's older, 17 years old, actually
Hmm.
just yesterday, 17
Oh,
years old.
hey.
Yeah. He's ahead of his time mentally. And I think it's
Yeah.
because he grew up around somebody that older, and he absorbed that. But so anyways, I'm seeing this 14-year-old bending this little kid, 7, 8-year-old kid's arm so far back. The little kid starts saying, "Ouch, ouch, ouch," like he's in pain, and I can tell from his face. So I look at him and I said, "Hey, stop that. Seriously."
Yeah.
And he's like he gets frightened that I tell him that, and he stops. And then his dad comes over and I said, "Listen, sir, I don't mean to step into an area that does not respond to me because he's your child. I'm not the father, but he was hurting him. And at that point, I do have to step in." And I didn't do it because I wanted to be, like, oh, I'm a big dude or nothing. It's
Yeah.
just he's smaller, he's little, and he was mistreating him. And he's like, "Oh, no, 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 you're fine." And then he gets on his kid. But there's ways to do things, right? And it's me, if I'm seeing that a kid is in trouble or if he's like in that situation, he was getting hurt, I'm not going to let it happen. I'm
Yeah.
not going to just watch. But there's people that are just, "Oh, well, it's not my kid." Yeah, you're right. It's not your kid. But if it was your kid, what would you want somebody to do? Wouldn't you want them to protect them as an adult and say something?
Yeah. Well, you're doing God's work out there, protecting kids.
I wouldn't say that. Me and God are not on
Good terms.
good terms right now. And it's my fault.
It's
But
always your fault. It's always your fault, Sal.
no lie, years ago, I also witnessed, man, this lady, she was gonna get abducted or something.
Yeah.
I'd never it man, my adrenaline kicked in so fast.
Mm.
I don't know what it I don't so apparently it was a toxic relationship type of deal. The crazy thing is,
Mhm.
this lady, I didn't know at the time when I reacted until afterwards. I realized this lady was a patient at the office I worked at.
Oh, for real?
And it was I'm sure it was weird for her when she had to make the appointment to go back in. But it's like there's nothing to be ashamed of, you got put in a situation that you didn't expect. But I'm walking out of a Walmart with some tea for like some drinks with some friends
Of
that
course,
live
it's a
close by.
Walmart. It's always a Walmart.
Oh yeah, it's always Walmart.
It's always a Walmart.
Walmart's outlandish.
Christ, Walmart, get it together.
But so I'm walking out, and as I lost, I forgot where I parked. I was like, "What?" And I finally realized, oh, I parked over here. And so I'm walking to my car. I hear like a commotion, right? Like
Yeah.
an argument or something. I look over, try to. It is dark at this time,
Mhm.
and this lady is like kind of pushing this guy away, like, "Hey, no, get away from me." Next thing I know, the dude, she's trying to get in her car. Next thing I know, the dude grabs her and is trying to like pull her
Yeah.
out and like prevent her from getting in. And I'm like, "Oh, no, 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 not,
No,
not on my watch."
not on Salvador's watch.
So I start walking over, which is dangerous because I don't know if this guy's got a weapon.
Yeah.
I literally only have a gallon of tea to throw at him.
That's all you need. That's all you need sometimes,
Because I
Sal.
I don't have any fighting skills whatsoever. And so I walk over and I say, "Hey, yo, what the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
And the guy looks over like kind of a little bit startled. He didn't seem scared of me whatsoever. Like I don't want to put it out like that because it didn't seem like he was scared
Yeah.
of me. I think he was scared of the situation. Like, yo, this dude just saw me trying to kidnap this lady
Yeah.
or whatever. And so he stops. He just kind of looks at me and walks away like nothing happened, which is really weird. He just walks off like, "All right, well,
There goes that one.
good day at Walmart."
Oh, almost had this one, but got away.
Yeah, and so I look at the lady, and then that's when it hits me. I'm like, "Oh shoot, the lady's a patient at where I work."
Mhm.
And I ask her, "Hey, are you okay? You need me to call the cops?" And she's like, "No, no, no, no. It's just he's I guess a boyfriend. I think she said her ex-boyfriend, or
Yeah.
and they were going through something." And I said, "Okay, I won't get involved. I needed to step in because it looked like the situation was getting out of hand." So
Yeah. Yeah, well, look at you. You're being the Batman out there at Walmart.
Salvadorian Batman.
The Bats. Or Robin, because you're short.
Yeah, I would be Robin.
You're more of a Robin person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Or Nightwing.
No, he's tall. You're
Oh
Robin.
yeah, that's true.
You're
Damn it.
ow. Unless you were like,
G. Wilkins.
gosh golly, Batman. The comic book animations come out. Bam, pow.
So yeah, uh, the reason was talking about that is just because it's when you have kids, they look up to you as the man to protect them.
Yeah.
One of the videos that a video that I was watching, the guy's like speaking about how like today in society, how men are too emotional and this and that, and he was explaining, he's like, why that happens? He said it's because the roles are not being applied as they should. When you have the newborn, for a certain extent, it's the mom's job primarily to look
Yeah.
after this kid from baby to like 8, 10 years old.
Mhm.
Why? Because they need to learn emotion.
Yeah.
They need to learn that connect, and they need that love from mom. But then, 8 to 10 primarily should be the dad. Now dad needs to step in more and teach this kid about how to be a man,
Yeah.
how to take care of a household, how to look after himself, so that when he has his family,
And get a job.
get a job, right?
Got to.
Get a job, be responsible with the job
Yeah.
and responsibility, right?
Yeah.
So that when he has his family, he can complete, do the same thing.
Yeah.
But what happens nowadays is that son is always looked after mom all throughout being born to being older.
Yeah.
And so that's why nowadays a lot of these dudes are so emotional because they just been coddled by mom the whole time.
Yeah, that or they've
It's like, no,
been.
no, no, you can't tell him that. When the dad tries to step in, no, you can't tell him that. He's my baby.
Hmm.
Oh, he's not wearing diapers anymore, lady.
He's wearing Spider-Man underwear.
He's wearing condoms. So
10 years old, Sal?
man, these kids are out there, man.
They really are.
They're
They've evolved into something I can't even explain.
I've heard stuff from kids. I remember one time I heard this kid at like 6 years old saying something about it is sexual. And I was
Yeah.
like, yo, what? Oh, he was talking about sucking titties.
Whoa.
Yeah. And I was like,
Whoa.
what are you talking about, kid? He's
He's
like,
6.
yeah. And I'm like, no, something's not right.
Yeah.
The parents are giving too much access. This is weird.
There's too much internet going around. That's too much.
And then that is another problem, right? Because these kids are getting their phones
I'm getting.
without knowing responsibility at a young age,
Yeah.
and the internet's there, man. Like,
And it's dangerous.
and kids are getting smart with technology.
Oh, yeah.
which is great, but the problem is, what are they getting smart in technology for?
Porn.
And a lot of it's not good. A lot of it's not good. My little niece, she loves watching these like reggaeton videos, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I know how to twerk." I'm like, you
No.
better stop it.
No.
You better
That's the
stop.
problem. That kids nowadays are just try to be adults, with the whole I'm gonna dance like a hoe and all kinds of bullshit.
And I remember, being at home and and when my nephew was growing up, and he tried to, because now it's very uh acceptable, is like the kids get involved in the adult conversations, and
Yeah.
the adults don't even care, like, oh yeah, and he doesn't know, he's not paying attention. No, you better believe your ass he's paying attention.
And remembering.
Yeah, and remembering, and they have great memory because they'll go to their grandparents and be like, oh, and my mom said that my dad's an ass. It's like,
Your dad's a what?
what?
Well, I knew that already, but why?
But why are you listening to this?
Why
But
are you even
I
there?
remember when, and like I said, like my nephew, my little brother, he's like ahead of his time with like the way he thinks. He's very mature for his age
Yeah.
because he grew up around adults. But when it came to serious conversations and he came around and he was like, "Oh, what? No, sir. You go over there and play with your toys." or watch TV or something. This is grown folks'
Or play
business.
with
You don't get
yourself.
to put your opinion or do that. Have fun.
Either one.
Either one.
Either one works. As long as you're not in here.
But you're
Yeah.
not in here because this is grown folks' conversation, and you don't belong in these conversations. These are different.
Yeah.
But that nowadays is just like the kids just and then technology, and it's like it's fine. But why? Because again, I was asked by my aunt. She's like, "Oh, you don't plan on having kids?" I'm like, "No."
So now here we go again with the kids
Yeah,
thing.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
Let me
it's
spell
like,
it out for
man,
y'all.
y'all just really want me to have kids, and like, Jesus.
But with you, like, I respect the fact that you're genuinely honest, and then you acknowledge that no, I don't have the time for it. I don't want to. I don't
Yeah,
want to put. It's like you're not exactly saying you'll never have it. You're just saying at this moment, I'm not going to do that to the child.
right.
You know what I mean?
And I don't know. I mean, I'm 36 now.
You're
I
36.
36.
I thought you were younger.
I get that a
You look
lot.
good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you look
Pause on that.
you got a little gray, but you look good.
That's all right. I could diet.
Yeah,
I don't care to.
Rogaine
If I do diet, I'm a diet white.
to really trick everybody.
Right, Jonathan?
Young Jonathan, young John,
Young Jonathan. That's
young
right.
Jonathan. What do you say? I didn't hear. What do you say?
He said something very important.
Okay, that's nice. That's what I like to hear. But that's what I do respect, right? From you, is most people will say, "Oh yeah, I want kids," and they have kids. Like, I don't know. I'm not so sure. You know for a fact. Not. I mean, just not in this moment because I don't have the money, the time, the energy, with everything you're going through. I don't want to put. Why not? What? I don't want to put the baby through that. I don't want to.
Right.
You
And
know.
it's not just and so that's the point that I'm coming to. It's what happens with people is like my aunt asked me, "Oh, you don't want kids?" I'm like, "No." You don't think you'll ever want kids? I'm like, I don't know, but
Probably
I
not.
would have to say probably not. I'm 36. I'm by no means getting any younger.
Yeah.
But when I say, "Oh, they require time," that's the problem. Is that people are wanting kids, and it's okay, fair. But one of the things that I told my aunt is that because of my age and not having a kid is the reason why I don't have one. Because when you're young, you get married or whatever, you have a moment and you're 18, you're 20. It, it, it it's all in the moment, and it seems great
Yeah.
because you're young and you don't really think about stuff. You think about the little things like, well, I guess you look at the big things as little things.
Yeah.
You're like, "Oh, yeah, I want a kid. I want to have a family." But you don't think about how much time, money, energy it's going to require. And sure, at 20 you have great energy, which that kid is going to slowly suck away from you. Yeah. But then these couples have their kids, and then what happens is they don't dedicate the time to these children that they require. They let the time that they're supposed to give to that kid be given by the internet, by social media,
Nowadays,
nowadays, by music.
back
That didn't happen back in the
when we were
days.
younger, no.
No, that didn't happen back in the days. When I was younger, it wasn't like I wasn't. Yeah, I had my video games, but it wasn't always like the thing I wanted to do. Like
Yeah, it's like back.
I
Back.
wanted to be outside riding
Oh yeah.
bikes. I remember constructing ramps,
Oh
making
yeah.
ramps and like coming from a certain distance and like jumping,
Yeah.
and it was a blast.
That's what me and my brother did when our group of friends at my grandma's house. Because she
Yeah.
pretty much raised us because my parents were both working. She raised us, but we had a group of friends, that we can go to and have fun with outside all the time. Like, we were always outside when we were younger,
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I get it,
And it was like when it came time for like dinner, like it was tough to get you to come from outside and go in and
Oh
eat
yeah.
dinner. That was
Oh
it
yeah.
was tough.
Oh yeah.
It's like, well, your food's cold now because you stayed outside playing with your
That's
friends.
fine.
But
I'll eat it cold.
yeah,
That's what
but
they make microwaves for.
yeah, but you knew what like parents knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Oh, Timmy's outside with his friends,
He's out there with Johnny and
and they're just they're playing water balloon fights or playing with the water hose or riding bikes, jumping ramps,
yeah,
climbing trees. Now it's hard, and
at a
now
friend's house.
yeah, and now it's hard to freaking get them to come out to eat, and they're in the room or
on a
like
TikTok
close by on like TikTok or something.
or Instagram.
And it's like, dude, get out. But the thing is, I they learn from what they see, right?
Yeah.
Or if they are constantly on it, it's because they don't have the attention from the parents, because the parents are doing something else, or they're on TikTok too,
But they're doing the same.
or yeah, they're doing the same. And so,
But not all parents are like that though.
oh no, no, not all, but the amount of parents that are actually really instructing their kids well is very slim.
Yeah.
Which is
That I would
it's
agree on.
why we it's why we have what we have.
Yeah.
Like I recently saw the
That's why kids are getting paid $1 million to open up a toy.
yeah.
It's crazy.
No, I seen people watch these like influencers and checking out their lives. Like, oh, they brought their new video out today. They're gonna reveal this and that. Who gives a fuck?
Uh,
Why are you watching other people's lives when you can create your life
oh yeah, 100%.
and do your thing?
Yeah. Why does it
Like,
care?
go out with your kids. Why are you watching this ding dong go out with his kids and your kids are watching the same thing? Why don't y'all actually go outside and do something?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Is
100%.
and yeah, that's why I recently saw I mean, you got to check it out.
What?
The podcast Shay Shay or
Oh, the Shannon
Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen clips of it.
I
Let's
saw
go on there.
I saw the
We
entire.
should go on.
I
We
wish
should go on there.
Man,
Us and young Jonathan.
right? We got to bring young Jonathan.
Young
with us if we
Jonathan's gonna
go
come
there.
with us.
It's like, Shannon, I don't care who your crew is.
But
Step out.
we got. I don't care if you have all the. We got young Jonathan with us. He has to come with us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've seen.
Chad lost his opportunity.
He lost his on become young Chad. Now
He would have been young Chad. Now we don't.
Now we
it's
got young Jonathan.
That's all we need.
I don't think young Chad could have provided us with all this though. Look at that. We
Well,
finally got our logo on the
he
wall.
would have been the brains behind it with the technology end, right?
It's too late now.
Too late now.
I don't want to hear it. We got young Jonathan now.
Chad,
Oh well.
you're lost, buddy.
We got the logo.
Look at that. That's
Look at that. That's nice on the wall, like I told
Yeah.
you to from the beginning. But hey,
Look, man.
you know it is what it is.
Hey,
Very good. Look
now it's great, right?
at that.
Now it's great.
That's nice. That's nice. I like that. We're having fun.
But the Shannon Sharp podcast, the one he had with Cat Williams,
Oh yeah.
I watched the whole thing and I was absolutely blown away.
I keep forgetting to watch it. I've seen clips of it. I just keep
No,
forgetting
I
to
was
watch it.
blown away by everything that Cat Williams expressed in there. And it was so strange, but at the same time very
Eye opening.
it was really great for me to see it, because it was almost like I was looking at it was almost like I was looking in the mirror.
Black though.
Well, interestingly enough, down our family tree,
Uh-huh.
there actually are black people.
Wow.
in our-
You're those guys, huh? Let
No,
me guess. You're like 1/18th.
I didn't choose it.
Young Jonathan, look up his family tree. We need this right now. Get in contact with everybody.
Put
we
it-
need- We need
put-
to find this out. Put up the tree right there.
Put up the tree right here, young Jonathan, and at the very bottom right here, you're gonna see.
Salvador.
Oh, look, no, I got this one. No, because it starts with me,
Uh,
and then it just rivers down, right?
like Cat Williams.
You're gonna like this one, and at the very bottom, the origin of it, and you're gonna see a Black Adam.
The
Did
Rock.
you like that? It's a figure of Dwayne Johnson.
the Rock. Let me guess. You're part Samoan too now, huh?
I know. I don't think I am.
They got so many
Those
people though.
those beautiful people are built different.
Yeah.
They are a different build.
Oh yeah, big time.
Wow. I'm like, you guys are almost Nephilims, man.
Yeah, that's probably who they came.
Yeah. But yeah, so man, I got sidetracked.
I don't know. That's a normal thing.
But yeah, no, my dad says, oddly enough, yeah, down the tree we
What?
some black people.
Oh.
Yeah.
I already
No,
forgot.
but watch that Shannon Sharp with Cat Williams.
Oh.
It was like I was looking in the mirror in the sense of his personality,
Yeah.
how he is.
Oh yeah. It was just like you.
Um, and so before we close off, we're almost at wrapping point. Thank you,
Are we?
thank you, Jonathan.
I just saw left. I didn't see the time.
5 minutes, which now is probably
5
4.
minutes
Yeah.
out.
So listen, one of the things that he said before we close off is
Hurry up.
he said when he was talking to Shannon Sharp and they were talking about Kanye West,
You got 3 minutes left.
talking about the conditions of society.
Yeah.
Who are we to say anything when he was saying, you let Kanye West go up and he's like, he was weird from the beginning. There was
Yeah.
nothing normal about Kanye from the beginning.
Ever.
But you let him do all kinds of stuff and say all kinds of things. And instead of addressing him and telling him, Kanye, no, you can't do that. That's not right.
You just let him run
You're
wild.
like, he's a genius.
Yeah.
He's a Steve Jobs. No, dude. So don't say anything.
He's out there making trash.
Like now y'all want to critique him and say, man, what's wrong with Kanye? What's wrong with Kanye is you let Kanye believe it was okay for Kanye to be Kanye.
Yeah.
And he should have not.
And he's making trash shoes and whatnot.
He's like, this is the same guy that was had his own church and was still cussing
Yeah.
in
And
church.
showing up 10 hours late. And
Yeah.
people passing out.
Telling people, bitch, shut up.
Yeah. Yeah.
But watch it, man. And
I'll take a look at it.
yeah. But it's been great.
Good.
It looks like
That's
a wrap up.
We're having fun again. Is it?
And we're having fun again.
Having fun again. This was nice.
This was very great. I love it. I can't wait to be back in this studio.
We're going to be back with Young Jonathan.
Here at Band Barracks.
Band Barracks.
And with Young Jonathan.
Yeah, bands.
We might be on the other side, though, because we'll have a guest hopefully next time.
Other side. There's 2 sides.
There's 2
that's
sides.
Oh, there's a casting couch.
Casting couch.
It's not black, though. It's white.
That's
But
okay. Don't spill anything on
It
it.
has the stains. It hides the stains on it.
But yeah.
It's a good casting couch.
So that's going to do it for us. Next time we'll be on here. We'll have a guest. And we'll have Young Jonathan.
We'll have Young Jonathan with us.
So everybody, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you all.
Subscribe.
Like, subscribe, everything.
And
we'll probably go live periodically at some point on Instagram. So look out for that. But yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Sal.
for sure.
Young Jonathan, obviously, thank you for everything. Young Chad, you had your chance.
You had your chance.
You had
blew
your
it.
chance in Chad. And but yeah, thank you for this awesome place. This is our new home. So we love it here. So thank you guys for everything. And we hope to bring you guys more stuff, more content, more episodes. We hope to be more frequent now.
For sure.
So thank you guys.
All right.
Everything.
Catch you next time, buddy.
Yes, sir.